Hinkle Homes Hobby Stocks. And I think this is going to be a barn burner here, ladies and gentlemen. Starting in the back of the field on the outside, he is your points leader. In the number 34 out of Olympia, Washington, sponsored by Larry Cox Motorsports, A-Plus Transportation, Dave's Automotive Repair, and Rutledge Corn Maze, Dave Knittle. Alongside Dave Knittle, the red hot number 62 out of Gresham, Oregon, sponsored by Stick and Vinyl, Barry's Quality Machine, Schmidt Family Hauling, Swanson Family Racing, Jimmy and Cynthia Jusela, Joe Swanson. Up one more row on the outside, out of Dakota, Washington, your fast qualifier today, Steve Lee. And alongside Steve Lee in the number 56 out of Kelso, Washington, sponsored by Ron Horn of Edward Jones, Dino Doozer Foundation, Kerr Car Care, Top Notch Shows and Chaps, Ryan Kerr. Outside row number 2 in the 23, currently second in points out of Aberdeen, Washington, sponsored by Custom Fiberglass, Cut Rate Auto Parts of Aberdeen, Riverside Cedar, Two Ball Manufacturing, Don Briggs Jr. Inside row number 2 in the 11 out of Olympia, Washington, sponsored by Photos by Stormy, TNT Tat Time, Demetrio Insurance, and J&H Auto, Richard Turner. And on the outside of the front row in the 71 out of Olympia, Washington, sponsored by Car Crazy Window Tinting and DJ's Auto Sales, Chris Brannon. And starting on the pole, the 3 car out of Centralia, Washington, sponsored by Larry Cox Motorsports and Rutledge Corn Maze, Bryson Baird. And we are underway. 3 wide, Ryan Kerr on the bottom, Don Briggs Jr. in the middle, and Chris Brannon saying, just let me get to the back with one deep. And he does. Chris Brannon quickly slipping to the back as opposed to running to the outside that 3 wide. Up front, Richard Turner trying to get up alongside of Bryson Baird. 3 wide, Steve Lee diving in underneath Kerr, getting hard on the binders. Steve Lee with a fast car, but he just about made a bad decision when he went charging into turn number 3. Quickly recognized it, backed out. Now they're 3 wide. Lee again trying to move. Lee going by in turn number 3. Shot out of the can. Steve Lee goes by Ryan Kerr. I didn't think he had any shot of making that pass, but he made it work. Now Lee side by side with Baird to battle for second. Ryan Kerr onto the rear bumper of Lee as they go to work chasing Richard Turner, your leader. Dave Knittle, Don Briggs Jr. still stuck. Not able to move forward as they have Baird and Kerr running side by side. Lee again trying to move on the inside as they enter 3. Steve Lee, Richard Turner. Now Lee's going to look to the outside of Turner. Steve Lee up to the door. They're side by side. Flying around the 11 of Richard Turner is Steve Lee. Steve Lee, your new leader. 6 of 25 complete. Dave Knittle now free of some traffic. He's up to 4th and looking to the outside of Ryan Kerr. Joe Swanson and Don Briggs Jr. look like they're starting to get racy. Dave Knittle right up alongside of Kerr. A lot of momentum off of 2, and now Knittle up alongside of Richard Turner. Swanson goes into the outside grooves. They come out of 4. Knittle now up to 2nd. Joe Swanson trying to help Ryan Kerr get around Richard Turner. Don Briggs Jr. is looking at the rear bumper. He gives a tap to Turner into 3. 9 of 25 now complete. Dave Knittle's pulled within a few car lengths of Steve Lee. Joe Swanson following Richard Kerr Ryan Kerr towards the front. Don Briggs Jr. riding it back for the time being. Stuck in 5th. Dave Knittle now within 1 car length of Steve Lee. Knittle had to go to a backup car last week. It's a familiar black number 34. Had engine trouble in practice. They rolled out the backup car, which I believe he finished 5th in.
Come on, Dad.
Tonight trying to get back on the winning track. Last week's winner, Joe Swanson, looking strong in fourth, trying to find his way around Ryan Kerr. Dave Knittle now looking to the outside of Steve Lee. Looks like he got his quarter panel. That's what he is. He's going to have to fall right back to us. John Briggs Jr. now coming up on Swanson and Kerr. Well, that train of three, Kerr, Swanson, and Briggs Jr., they are now making their way closing in on the leaders, Steve Lee and Dave Knittle. If those three stay in line and don't start racing each other side by side, they are going to get to Steve Lee and Dave Knittle because they are closing in with every lap that goes by. And I think Knittle knows if he wants to go, but wanting it to go and being able to do it are two different things. Bryson Baird's going to exit the track, and now Knittle still looking to the outside. Joe Swanson looking to the outside of Ryan Kerr. Right up against the wall. Swanson's going to keep it up there. A little bit of contact between Swanson and Kerr. No spotters for these hobby stockers. Nobody to tell the situation. If these three guys would stay in line, I think they would get to the front. But they have started to racing each other for position. Those laps are winding down, and you can see the ground that they have lost to Knittle and Lee. Swanson now up against the wall. He is side by side with Ryan Kerr. The battle for third. Joe Swanson off a two. John Briggs Jr. goes up there to follow Swanson. And now the smoke coming out from underneath the 34, Dave Knittle. He was worried about the motor coming into it. He thought they had it fixed. Dave Knittle's blowing up. The motor on the 34 has let loose. A cloud of smoke coming out from underneath Dave Knittle. He has shown the black flag. He will head off the speedway. Steve Lee now has a wide margin over Joe Swanson. As Joe Swanson gives chase, he has a lot of work to do now if he wants to reel in Steve Lee. Dave Knittle got that car up high right off of the bat. You can see a line of fluid, but it is way up out of the racing groups. Knittle got himself on the speedway. Two more laps for Steve Lee. Steve Lee unloaded a very fast race car today. He was a fast qualifier.
Pay $500 next year to come back.
And now he's going to take the white flag here in the main event.
Come on, Dad.
23. I bet you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
If they were talking between us and Dave.
Once we tally it all up, Dave Knittle.
Good job, Steve.
Followed by Joe Swanson and
Good
John Briggs Jr.
Good job, Steve.
And it's Ryan